every day it feels harder. It's like I'm just drowning in these pits of anxiety and stuff of that nature. I'm just this overthinking and it's hard. Basically, it's hard. Well, but since I partly put myself in this situation, so I can't really blame anything or complain because it's because of me down here. But it doesn't mean it's fun. It doesn't mean I enjoy it. It doesn't mean I want to keep being here. I just want to not do this anymore, honestly. I just want to be able to wake up in the morning and not think of any of all these things. Like I look forward to living that type of life. It's feeling tough. It's feeling very hard, and my life just feels like it's in shambles. Feels like a mess. Feels disgusting, basically, and I don't like it. And I still don't like it. I don't know. But the sad part or the painful part of it all is nobody cares. That's the most annoying part. Nobody actually cares. Maybe your mom not maybe the only person, and even she has her own problems, so she doesn't really care. It's just you, all by yourself. You have to face all these problems. You have to fight all these demons. You have to do all these things, and if you don't do them, they just don't go away. Like, because the more I avoid them, or the more I try to avoid them, it's almost like the bigger they grow, and the bigger they grow, the more I want to avoid them. So the more I avoid them, and the bigger they grow. So they keep growing bigger while I keep avoiding them, and it's just this disgusting cycle where I'm just looking at these giant mountains of problems and wondering how I'm going to solve them. And obviously, in the grand scheme of things, my problem isn't very much. I feel like those are two remedies. So that's one remedy I use to sometimes keep myself sane. It's to just remind myself that even though, yes, I see all these things as problems now, in the big picture of things, it doesn't really matter. Like, first of all, if you look at the problems of people in the world in general, you realize that at least I realize that I'm very fortunate compared to some people. Some people are living in war-torn countries. Yes, sometimes I'll see this random ad that will just pop up on my YouTube feed, and it will show like some starving children in Gaza or something like that, and their houses are being bombed. They're living on the road, trying to find food. All of them are just in pain and wallow. Of course, can't compare my petty situation to that. Like, compared to that, I'm a billion times enjoying. Well, the other thing I used to also remind myself that it's not the end of the world is to just do, because at the end of the day I could see this as a problem. This thing is heavy, it's annoying, I hate it. I don't want to think about it anymore. I could see it as, I could take it 2 ways. I could keep wallowing in self-pity and the anxiety and stuff, or I could just get pissed off and be like, fuck you, fuck this shit. Like, I'm not going to be a slave to this thing. I'm not going to let this thing bring me down. I'm not going to let this thing cause me stress anymore. I'm going to do everything in my power to solve this problem. And when you do it like that, you actually at least give yourself a chance to find a solution. I'm no longer going to run from it. At the end of the day, the solution to it is to just grind. That's what I'm literally looking at on my wall here. Just grind. That's it. And the last one is, at the end of the day, we're all going to die anyways. Whether you live 10 years, you live 20 years, you live 30, 50, 100, probably won't live more than 100, maybe if you to live 120 years. You're going to die at the end of the day, and nothing will do really matter. Everything will do be forgotten. Just give yourself 6 months or 1 year. Everything that is so important right now won't really be that relevant anymore. So, what's not the point of stress? What's not the point of letting all these things cause you sleepless nights and anxiety and all these panic attacks and feeling like breaking down and making you lose focus and all that? Like, I'm not trying to say you shouldn't or I shouldn't solve the problem. Obviously, I should find a solution, but just realize what they are. They're just, it's all just fabricated. It's all just fake at the end of the day. Nothing is actually real. They're all just going to dissipate. If I die right now, none of these things will matter. So why stress over it? Just talking about this just makes me feel better already. Talking about this makes me literally feel better already. And at the end of the day, is to just do. I feel like I should, approach this more from the angle of a powerful person, like the angle of someone that is like, I'm not going to let this thing cause me problems again. I'm not going to let life treat me like a bitch anymore. I'm not going to let all these problems cause me anxiety and stress and stuff. I'm just going to face them head on, and no matter how I feel, no matter how hard it gets, I'm going to keep showing up, and I'm going to keep doing what I have to do to solve the problem. So yeah, thank you for listening.